What's up, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Aha. Once again, I wanted to give a shout out to Han Solo for making this material available to me. It's increasingly clear that I'm going to have to get my hands on the physical copies of some of their albums, and as we go through them, maybe it'll be more and more of their albums, but yeah, I've immensely enjoyed this album so far. Getting into the final, say, third of the album, into the last 3 tunes. So yeah, I'm very much excited to keep the Aha reactions going and just continue to explore their material, which, as has happened to me with Duran, but also with the Eurythmics would be another good example. These are groups that I do remember at least 1 or 2 of their songs from back in the day. And then as I've started to go through the material, Duran a bit more extensively, Eurythmics I'm kind of in like a middle phase. I've now gone through a couple of their albums and I'm beginning to go through a couple more, or an early phase here with Aha, where just after listening to a few songs it becomes quickly clear to me that wait, their sonic heritage and legacy that they've left behind is more nuanced, diverse, and high quality than I realized. So yeah, that's what has been happening to me so far with Aha. And again, people mention when I first started doing these reactions that, Take On Me is a great tune, but in a way it's not really representative of a lot of the sounds that they were putting out in these early 80s albums. So yeah, bottom line, I'm enjoying it very much. Shout out to all of you who've either sort of, come here after commenting on other types of reactions, other bands that I've reacted to, or who found my channel anew, of which there are several. So again, shout out to all of you. I do appreciate it. But yeah, we're going back to their Hunting High and Low album once again, their debut album, 1985. And we're up to the tune Love Is Reason. And again, I like speculating about the titles just for a minute or two if I haven't heard a song, or at least don't think I've heard a song, though again, I was an 80s kid, so it's possible that as we go through the material, there will be at least 1 or 2 songs where they might strike a bell, or ring a bell, or strike a chord. But yeah, as far as I know, I don't know this song, so the phrase Love Is Reason is interesting. When I first looked at it, I felt like it was maybe missing an article, either definite, the, indicating, love is a singular explanation or a primary explanation for something, or an indefinite article, a, which is to say it is a reason, meaning one among an indefinite number of causes or sources or impetus sources for some state of affairs that have obtained in philosophical discourse. But then I was thinking, wait a minute, maybe it's making the case that at least in certain situations and context, emotional cognition can be in one way or another representative of reason. It can be a rational mode of cognition, despite the fact that generally speaking, emotional experience and thought is distinguished from rational and reason-based thought. So then I was wondering, again, maybe you could make a case that in certain situations, feelings of love or romantic affinity, and it doesn't have to be romantic, it could be familial or platonic or just a more sort of general expression of the concept of love. But I was thinking that maybe it's making the case that love in certain circumstances is rational. It is a reason-based form of cognition and perhaps behavior. So yeah, there could be a couple different things going on here just based on the title alone. So I'm intrigued to see what happens, but let's get to it. This is Aha, Love Is Reason, from their 1985 debut album, Hunting High and Low. Oh. Yeah, exactly. It's got a nice groove to it. It's also sort of bright, kind of shining out of the gate. There's synth bass, top drawer. So, regardless of anything else, any other logistical or practical concerns, love is reason enough to proceed or to acknowledge what is happening. This is what it feels like. I like that digital brass. I like the progression here, the structure. Very sonically enjoyable tune. It's like feel good, and it seems maybe like that does sort of fit a bit with the lyrics, because it, you know, if the message really is that, you know, love is reason enough to, again, go through with something or to embrace what's happening. That is sort of like a positive, uplifting kind of message. So that would fit very much. Again, not entirely sure that's what's happening, but. Yeah, I really enjoy it. And it's funny, I was thinking, you know, Erasure is another group that I knew a little bit back in the 80s, and then in recent times I've started reacting to, and I've bought 5 of their albums, and there's going to be some more on the way. So, yeah, I've come to know their sound better, and I've come to realize, like, one of my favorite things about what Vince Clarke does is his bass line and kick drums, like his use of drum machines. He just has a really good sense for what makes for a dynamic, kind of like... energetic and electric synth pop bass line. And just in this album alone, there's been a few tunes where it's clear that I forget which one of them is the one on the essentially the keyboards and the drum machines. I know it's not Morton. I am aware he's the singer. I'm still sort of trying to, like, you know, ingrain the other guys in terms of exactly what their roles are, so I apologize. It is early on, but bottom line, whoever does the synth and sort of like drum machine work is remarkable, because they really have this sort of like electric, like captivating sound to the sonic. So yeah, shout out to the group. Another cool tune, and like I said, it's interesting. It's like, you know, I considered a couple possibilities, but I felt like as I heard the lyrics, it was, in a way, maybe there were some themes that I was sort of touching on, but it was kind of going with it in a different direction. It wasn't trying to explain cognition or, you know, emotional cognition so much as to say that, like, when it's happening, that is enough to justify, you know, whatever it is, like going through with it, proceeding, whatever. So yeah, bottom line, very much enjoyed the tune. It had a light, sort of bright, kind of catchy feel. Yeah, do let me know what you think of the lyrics, or if there's any line in particular that I should sort of key in on. But other than that, thank you to all the people who've been watching and commenting. I really do appreciate you. Plenty more Aha coming. Again, we're getting close to the end of this first album, and I'm just going to move on to the next one, and so on. So yeah, big ups to all of you. I will see you next time. Peace.